Hello everyone, we are JHIMS Technology, and today we will continue to introduce advanced setting parameters. This is a production mode utilizing signal lines to connect to other machines. This is the use of a signal cable to connect the loader and the pick-and-place machine or the signal cable of the conveyor. If you deselect, the PCB will not enter the printer and will not flow out. This is a design feature for PCBs that are extremely thin or prone to deformation. The standard production process involves clamping the PCB first, followed by the descent of the stencils, with solders being applied onto the PCB. However, this method is prone to causing PCB deformation. If you select this function, first lift the PCB, then the stencil template descends, pressing down onto the PCB from above. Subsequently, the conveyor channel clamps the PCB in place. This secures the PCB from multiple directions, preventing any deformation issues. This is the buzzer switch. This is the function of shielding the safety door switch. For safety, this is a mandatory choice. If modifications are required, higher permissions are required. This is to check the remaining amount of cleaning agent and cleaning paper. When the cleaning agent is used up, the machine will sound an alarm. This indicates the remaining quantity of alcohol and cleaning wipes. Selecting the function represents detection. Not selecting it represents no detection. This is the switch of vacuum adsorption PCB board, which requires hardware support. For deformed PCB sheet, this function is very practical. This is a 2D detection switch SPI detection. This function displays two-dimensional inspection results. Please tick to enable. This is to adjust the offset of the solder applied to the PCB. Here are the parameters that need to be debugged based on my own experience. This is to modify the solder smear offset of the left scraper. This is to set the right scraper solder smear offset. This is to modify the offset based on my own experience. On the left-hand side is the left scraper. On the right-hand side is the right scraper. This parameter is the parameter for debugging the whole including left scraper and right scraper. Suppose the PCB is found to have an offset problem after applying solder. Set these parameters based on your own experience. The overall parameter offset is X, 0.02 mm, Y1, 0.2 mm, Y2, 0.3 m. Suppose the left scraper is found to have an offset problem after applying solder. I set the offset of the left scraper X to 1 mm. The total X actual offset of the left scraper is 1.02 mm. It means the actual offset of the left scraper is 1.02 mm equals 0.02 mm plus 1 mm. 0.02 mm is the overall offset. 1.0 mm is the offset of the left scraper. The same principle applies to the right scraper, and the adjustment method is the same. Assuming the right scraper's Y1 parameter is 1 mm and the overall parameter for Y1 is 0.2 mm, then the actual Y1 parameter for the right scraper is 1.2 mm. This represents the mark recognition pass rate. Assuming the software detects that the mark's compliance with standard parameters is only 50%, but the minimum requirement is 65%, the machine will judge the mark as defective and trigger an alarm. The parameters here do not need to be modified. This is the machine alarm reset switch. When the machine alarms, we click this to reset. This involves using the printer as a PCB conveyor. With a single click, the printer transforms into a PCB conveyor channel. Here is the number of PCB boards that have passed. PCB passes through the printer once, and the quantity is recorded here once. This is to clear all the quantities before and start recording the quantities again. This is the machine parameter settings. This is the use of a signal line to transmit the requested data. This is the signal between machines requesting PCB input and output. This is the sensor switch on the left and right sides of the machine safety door. When a sensor senses an object approaching or a body part approaching the inside of the machine alarms. This function means to first support and clamp the PCB, and then retract the PCB's stop cylinder. The normal situation is that after the PCB reaches the stop cylinder will immediately retract. If you select this function after PCB reaches the stop cylinder, then the PCB is jacked up and clamped before finally retracting the stop cylinder. This function is useless. We don't need to worry about it. This is the cleaning paper configuration. During the cleaning process, the cleaning paper moves while simultaneously replacing itself with fresh, clean paper. Selecting this function ensures that a fresh sheet of cleaning paper is used each time the steel mesh stencil is wiped. We pay attention to the operation of the cleaning paper when cleaning the template. This is an option feature that requires hardware support. This is to send the PCB out first and then move the CCD camera. This is prompted by the machine before all moving axes return to 0, and the steel mesh template needs to be taken out. Every time we open the machine software, we will be prompted to return all the moving axes to 0. This is the PCB flow direction settings of the machine. The machine defaults to left to right. If your production line is from right to left, we can check the box PCB flows from right to left. This determines whether the PCB enters the machine from the left or the right. The gray button shown above belongs to the permission level is to low. Modification is prohibited. These parameters require modification and configuration by the manufacturer's personnel. We click Manual Operation and then click Manual Control. This is the IRO signal check. This is to check the input signal and output signal of the machine. IRO signal viewing is under Manual Control, then click to enter. We can click to see if the machine is acting normally. These functions will only be used when repairing the machine. Do not make random modifications or click view during normal operation of the machine to prevent collisions. If your machine is functioning without any issues, we should refrain from tampering with these functions or altering these parameters to prevent collisions or similar incidents from occurring. Should any items within the manual control menu prove unclear, please do not hesitate to contact us. Contact details: JHIMS.com. This is the settings template scraper. This is the setting of the downward travel distance of the mobile scraper. These parameters have all been corrected, and modification is prohibited. It can only be amended after problems arise. The corrected parameters are 39.1. Should the machine malfunction and the stencil squeegee fails to apply the solder cleanly, we should first investigate other potential causes. If necessary, adjust the downward movement depth of the template scraper. The default value will be reduced to 39.1. Should this prove insufficient, the drop distance may be incrementally reduced by a small amount, such as 0.5 mm. This has been lowered by 0.4 mm. Please refer to the video for the procedure. The current descent depth is 39.5. This is the left scraper descent depth setting. We should now restore it to its original value of 39.1 mm. The parameters have been recalibrated, and we have removed the 39.5 parameters. This is the parameter settings for the descent depth of the left and right scrapers. The higher the value, the greater the descent height. Should parameter adjustments be required, please make minor modifications and verify the actual results. These are the control buttons for machine parts. This page mainly sets the depth settings of the left and right scraper descent. After the setting is completed, click Save. This is to check the alarm record of the machine. This is the registration code and valid use time of the software. This is the version information. Please note that some machines may not have been paid for in full, and they will have a time limit. Once this time limit has been exceeded, the machine will become inoperable. If you are buying a second-hand machine, please be aware of these issues. Upon payment in full, he will provide you with a registration code. Enter it here. For the new machines exported, we have already entered the registration code into the machine. Next, what is the password of the original factory? As the manufacturer's password holds the highest level of access, It permits modification of all machine parameters. To prevent any malfunction of the machine, please refrain from altering these settings. To ensure the safe operation of the machine, the manufacturer's password is not provided in the video. Should you require the manufacturer's password, please contact JHIMS.com.